Welcome to Andromeda Botanic Gardens, an immersive experience between people and nature. Here, we helped in the establishment of a new area in the garden called The Ground, where you're able to find lots of medicinal local plants. Let's take a closer look. Through here, cultural preservation is rarely displayed in such a manner and historically significant, with colonization heavily influencing the history of using plants for medicinal purposes. The relationship between Bayesians, plants, and illnesses is an important part of the island. Increased access to gardens means reconnecting people with nature, promoting environmental sustainability. As we approach the deck here, I'll stand on it to provide a little nice view of the ocean there. And since you got to see the garden, let's talk about how we got here.
First things first, our journey with spectacular views towards Bathsheba, when you never know when you're going to get hit by the occasional roadblock or sheep deciding to race our bus. We are never bored, that's for sure. Here's a complete preparation of the ground for planting, de-weeding, decluttering, and direct planting of many plants such as 11 plantain trees, Pride of Barbados shrubs, and seaside sage. De-weeding the ground area made us use various techniques to clear the perimeter, such as the machete to cut down tree shoots or vines. Although it doesn't look that impressive on camera, it low-key makes you feel like a boss. Working hard or hardly working? We use a variety of tools when working on the ground, including this pickaxe to plant plantain trees. It's a very effective tool, but it tires you out quite a bit, which is why we took turns using it. Since the plantains need to be planted deep and the topsoil at Andromeda is quite tough, it took us a long time to form all 11 holes. Here's head gardener Troy showing us how it's really done. And of course, we can't forget our soil and fertilizer mixture that was used to make sure the plantains develop in a healthy way. Cleanup crew in the house! We're making sure the ground is free from clutter. I had to make a couple of perilous trips down with a full wheelbarrow, just to show you how much clutter there was to get rid of.
Here's Elliot performing air layering, where you strip the bark from part of the branch, cover it in a rooting medium, and wrap it in tinfoil until it develops roots. We also cleaned plant pots and prepared soil in order to perform intermediary planting of aloe vera, black sage, and the poison tree. And here you can see the plantings basking in the sun. Besides working in the garden, we created multiple planting plans with as much detail as possible, with guidance and indications on where to plant each plant and in what quantity. We kept in mind what proportion scale we used and prioritized the shape of the plants compared to color, such that the garden had a coherent look in terms of size. Creating the planting plan required a lot of research on our end to familiarize ourselves with the different plants that Sharon had asked us to plant in the garden. As we can see, with Elliot taking a long while to think, this was an intellectual process as much as it was an artistic one.
Getting it just right is obviously still a work in progress, since a vast majority of the plants are still not planted in. However, it is important to stay optimistic. This is a small stepping stone in increasing visibility for ethnobotany as a whole. On the bright side, the planting plan and plant research have all been done along with continuous weeding and maintenance. Also, not on video, translating the Andromeda app fully both in French by Elliot and in Spanish by myself was a nice achievement, since the gardens are now able to cater to a wider range of audiences, as well as the worksheet guide to teach local K-12 students about environmental conservation. And so, a big thank you to Sharon and Troy for everything.